We are going to be doing another message from God and our spirit guides, ancestors. I was getting a bit confused what message I wanted to talk about today, and the message that came out was, I just said, Lord, what would you like me to talk about today? And he said, love. And what do you mean? Please tell me more. And he said, talk about love, and for those people who have been burned by love. And that is what this video is about today. So thank you for being here. This reading is for you if you have felt like that love is really something that you've struggled with, as something that's not present in your life, or something that you've struggled to connect with, or maybe you've had some really traumatic relationships with people, and I really want to give you some messages today. So I do use cards. My whole channel has been about cards, and I do have a much stronger relationship with God now, so I do kind of have a little bit of a weird relationship with my cards, but I really feel like I want to use them today, and I want to have a bit more of a stronger connection with the cards today. So I want to tell you about the sort of love life that you're going to have, because you clicked on this video. This is a very specific view of you. You have had a very traumatic time when it comes to love, and there's been some times when you're not sure what it actually means to be in love with somebody and what it feels like to actually have a relationship with somebody. And I can guarantee you that a lot of you probably haven't had a relationship in a very long time, or you've had a lot of relationships that have been very short term. They haven't really felt like real partnerships. Okay, a lot of the relationships that you're going to come into are going to be fruitful and loving and kind. And I really feel like I want to cry. This is making me really emotional. I don't know why this is making me emotional. So I feel like for a lot of you guys is the love that you haven't been able to receive, the love that you've wanted to receive hasn't been available to you because of the past and because of your traumatic childhood or traumatic times with other people. And this is for those of you who are feeling like you're getting ready for your partner. This reading is very partnership based. So I'm going to try and kind of communicate it to those of you who are already in a relationship, but this might be for those of you who are more on the single side. So just bear that in mind. This is for those specific of you who have been burnt really, really badly by people who do not care, who have made it known they don't care. And the reason why these people have come into your life is to really show you boundaries. You have had this kind of contrast of black and white, where you've had a lot of people who have shown you that they can't give you what you want, and you've had to kind of push yourself to try and be a type of person. Maybe you've tried to change your clothes, or you've tried to change your hair, or you've tried to change your body, or you've had, I'm picking up on an eating disorder, so I'm sorry if that is triggering. I will just mention it now, that might be coming up, because it feels like to me there's a lot of body image, and there's a lot of like feelings of I have to change myself, I have to be perfect. Why is this happening to me? Why do I keep picking up on these people, and why do I keep having these relationships that are not healthy for me? And you're not going to have them anymore. These relationships are part of this old karmic cycle that you used to have, and they're not going to be happening anymore. And the Lord has told me specifically, for those of you who are watching this video, you are ready, and you are getting ready for something that is very, very, very special and real love. And that is why you could be going through quite a hard emotional time, because there's a part of you that's being really stretched. Parts of you could be realizing how to receive. You might not know how to receive. You might not know what it feels like to receive. You might not know what it feels like to even be in a relationship, like be in a connection that actually feels like stable on in any form, you know. So what I feel is this relationship is coming, and the Lord and my guides are really getting this message to you that you're not going to be burnt anymore. There's this feeling of like, I'm scared of being burnt. Like there's this feeling of like, I feel like a crispy bit of toast that is just done. Like I'm done. I'm crispy. I'm done. Like, that's what I feel. And it's like, I can't manifest it anymore. Like, what if this person's horrible? What if I don't have a relationship? What if I'm single for the rest of my life? What if I never have children? It's just all these like really intense, heavy fears, which is coming up, and it's a lot root chakra stuff. So if you really want to like kind of get more in your body, put your feet on the ground, eat some really like nurturing foods that are root vegetables, things like that, because it's very root chakra. And something that has also, sorry, this message is so random, but like what I feel like I want to say is, if you are struggling with like a lot of fear-based stuff coming up, one thing that I really want to show you guys is like a thing that I have done. I did it, I think yesterday or the day before. I was dancing to some music and I was getting my feet flat on the floor, and this was really helping me in my root chakra, and getting my heel, and I was banging both my heels into the ground like this. And that's such a weird thing to do, but you're like bobbing your body up and down, but what you're doing is you're getting your root and you're putting it into the ground, and it almost felt like I had my feet on grass. It's a similar feeling. So if you just bob your feet, literally just put your feet on your tiptoes and then bang obviously if you're in a flat, it might be a bit more difficult because you don't want to upset your neighbours, but basically the bottom of your foot, the heel, bang that on the floor a few times, at least 10 to 20 times. Oh my gosh, I felt so much better. Like doing it to music, I was doing it to like Dua Lipa. I was really feeling myself. But this really is coming through to get us to be more in our body, to let us be less afraid of love, because love isn't the thing that we're actually afraid of. It's like what comes with it. So I want to tell you that there is somebody who wants to come through. There might be a little picker card in this reading specifically, so I'm not sure where we're going with this, but I just want to show you that you're not going to be burnt anymore. This is for those of you who have been burnt, and it's not going to happen anymore. Okay, I want to tell you specifically, it's not going to happen anymore. Okay, and the reason that this is because your boundaries are so much better than they were before, and so much more better than they were 5-10 years ago. Like, you have just had so many intense things happen to you where you have had no control over it, and that's why you felt like, well, what's the point in having a relationship? It's just going to end up like everything else, and it's not. Sorry guys, you know my nose gets itchy when I channel. So I'm just going to ask the Lord, would you like me to be specific about a future person? Would you like me to do a pick a card, or would you like me to do any more messages? He's saying, be specific. Would you like me to do a message to do with that? Because I feel like I want to do like a future reading. I want to show you that it's not going to be the same as it always has been. Pick cards. Right, got it. Thank you. I suddenly get like a massive channel of like, there it is. It just takes a while to come through. So we're going to do a few cards, and I'm going to be pulling you some cards about your future person, about this sort of love that's going to come in, because I want to give you some confidence that this is all going to be okay. I'm going to pick 3 cards. Oh, this is exciting. I haven't done this in so long. Right, so I want you to pick a playing card. So let's see. And there's going to be 3 specific messages, because this is such a broad spectrum, because this could be about being single, this could be about in a relationship. Like, it's basically trying to get you to feel more comfortable relating to other people and not being so scared. So let's see how this is going to come through. Okay. Ooh, this one's spicy. Ooh. Okay, I'm not going to tell you which group that is. All right, so we have 3 groups. We have the 2 of spades for group number 1. We have the 3 of diamonds for group number 2. And for group number 3, we have the ace of diamonds. Okay, so in tarot form, this can be the 2 of wands, 3 of pentacles, ace of pentacles. Okay, so choose whichever group resonates with you, and we're going to get started. All right, so if you want to watch through the whole thing, please do, because this can be specific to you as well. Just I'm not sure where we're going with this. I'm not sure. Group number 1, this feels like an older group. This feels like those of you who are like really like quite a lot older. And I don't mean quite a lot older as in like you have to be old in age. Like, you could be an old soul. You could have dealt with a lot of stuff that has made you feel very old, made you feel like no one can relate to me, made you feel like my whole life I've never really felt like I can connect to someone. Your massive message is patience and change. Being patient with yourself through the changes that you're feeling when it comes to yourself and your identity and relating to other people. Most likely you're probably going to meet someone in work, or you have met people in work. If you are single and you're wanting a partner, most likely you're probably going to end up meeting them through your work life. So it's going to be really random. I'm not going to get too specific on that because it doesn't matter about that, but you are going to meet them through work. And if you're going through a really hard time at the moment, if you are going through a breakup, if you're going through some mourning, I'm hearing like a mourning someone, grief, they're saying like surrender to these feelings. And what I mean by surrender is let them flow as much as possible, like sit with them, cry it out, let it move through, and just know that everything that's happening in your life, even though it feels really messy, it's meant to happen the way it is right now. It might be feeling like you're feeling like uprooted, like maybe you feel like you've had to change your home or you've had to change your work environment. Your whole life has just felt really, really uncomfortable and you're no longer in this sort of situation. So you're being uprooted for a reason and you are surrendering to these feelings and you're needing to surrender. They're saying your feelings might be heavier and harder and more difficult than what they actually are because you're not used to feeling them, or maybe you've had like some really hard stuff happen recently. But for those of you who have been burnt, group number 1, your message is to have massive amounts of patience with yourself because you are doing and have done quite a lot of work on yourself. And when it comes to a relationship, it's not going to come at the timing that you want it to come. But I do want you to recognize the feelings that you have around certain people. A lot of your life, maybe you feel like you've had to dress, look, or be a certain way. Maybe your childhood, like growing up, your parents may have favoured you for your grades, for your work, for your looks, and you've kind of like put that in your head that if I don't have the right grades, if I don't have a certain qualification, I'm nothing. And I want you to know that you're more than that. You are more than that. And the looks that you have are perfect because you are blessed by God, and you are absolutely perfect just the way you are. And those people lied to you. Like, you are more than just your looks, you're more than these achievements. Yes, you can achieve, and yes, you can obviously do all these things, but the next person that you meet, whether it be a partner, whether it be a really, really deep friendship, they're not going to care about those things. So stop putting that on a pedestal because it's stressing you out, if anything. Basically, the main thing for you is just being really, really patient with yourself. And we also have the card of change. So you're obviously going through some really big change. I actually didn't see this card before, so I love that. Beautiful. So please keep watching if you want to. If not, thank you so much for being here. Love you very much. Right, group number 2, 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Unfortunately, this wasn't the spicy group. Group number 3 was a spicy one, but I feel like there's a little bit of spice because we've got pentacles, so this is really, really nice. We've got some coins, we've got some monies going on. You guys have gone through like quite a few different like really heavy stages. Your life hasn't really been that easy. I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. So what would group number 2 like to know about their love? Oh, this is so cute. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Oh, I love this. Yours so much. This is why I do piles, because yours is so much different to group number 1's. Yours is more emotional and, oh no, okay, it's not that different. You still have the same cards, but you did have some extra cards. Okay, so I take it back. So you guys, like group number 1, are also working on patience and surrendering to what you can't control. And when it comes to your partner, you will know exactly who they are because your intuition is going to be firing off, okay? And when it comes to your partner, they are so intuitive, they are so gentle, they are very watery, they're really earthy, and they are a healer, and you're a healer. And this person's intuition is very, very high, and I want you to trust your intuition as well. Like, if you get a weird feeling about being around a certain person, whether it be a friend or a colleague or whatever, just know you're probably right because your intuition is very, very strong. And I want you to know that you are like really, really close to meeting somebody. If you've been single, especially for quite a long time, I'd say probably like 3 to 7, maybe even longer than that years, you're like this close to meeting somebody, like really close. What I'm feeling is your body is going through like a spiritual upgrade. I'm seeing all these puzzle pieces being put together of this new body of yours, and basically I see Like all these different parts of you are coming in that are new versions of you. So you might be thinking one day, oh, I want to dress like this, and the next day thinking, I don't want to dress like that anymore. So it's because you are being upgraded, like a lot of us on this planet. We're being upgraded so heavily at the moment, because a lot of us are waking up to what's going on the planet, what's going with the government, things like that. Like we are being really like awake to it. So you are one of those people. Your person's got to match up to this new version of you. So that's why you probably haven't met them yet, because you're still going through this big change. Yeah, and I want to get one of these cards because I really love this deck. I want to be specific with you guys. So let's see. Okay, so there's definitely a lot of water going on. You might have just had your bathroom redone, or you might have had something to do with your bathroom. Water is a big signifier, and I want to tell you something because I find this so funny because this is accurate to myself. So I was shopping a few days ago, and I went into the drugstore Boots, and I have actually had my bathroom redone as well. And it's really funny because I went into this shop and I was with my friend, and this water literally just started pouring out from the ceiling, and it was literally just as me and my friend entered the store. So I definitely feel like there's this thing about water and it like leaking out. It's like a sign, it's a symbol of you being more in the flow, like you being more intuitive and more feeling like you don't have to stop yourself from being who you are. And it might be a few leaks in the way. So sometimes you might have a time where you just feel really overwhelmed, your body is just like leaking out energy. That's completely fine. Just know that if you need to like have some time for yourself, please do that. Like if you're feeling really sensitive to things like light or taste or things like that. That's clarification. So yeah, basically your person, if you are single, they want to come in at a time when you are a little bit more grounded. So it's going to be probably, I'd say, maybe a month, maybe less than that, at the least, at the most, at the least you could probably meet them within a month. For those of you, it definitely feels like within the year, okay? Some of you it's going to be within a month, some of you it's going to be within a year, but you're going to be knowing when this person's coming in because you are very intuitive, you're very sensitive, especially my water signs, and that there is someone on their way. It's just you are going through a bit of an upgrade, and just support yourself along the way, okay? Group number 3, we have the Ace of Diamonds, but this is the Ace of Pentacles. Whoa, big shift. Like you guys are the biggest group in terms of like you've done probably the most turnover of your emotional, like spiritual work. Obviously, we're always a work in progress. We're always, not in a bad way, it basically means like we are always changing, we're always shifting, things are always in flow, like we're never like the same person. But with this group, you guys know, come on, let's just get grounded. I feel like I was getting a bit woo-woo then. I just want to like ground my messages. Okay, let's ground now, thank you. For those of you guys, you are the different group, okay? Most likely you've not really had a lot of relationships. You've probably not even had a relationship before. And for those of you who, I'm sorry, like I say, for those of you in a relationship, I'm sorry if this is like not relating to you, but please just take what resonates. That's what I'm here for. But can you just see this? I want you to focus on this red here. This red is very important. This is to do with you being at the center of everything and wanting to shine, wanting to be seen more. Red is really important for you. Definitely, like I say, the root chakra is coming up, this sense of safety and just these feelings of I want to be seen, I want to be known. So look out for red in anything, clothing, just colors. Like I want you to focus on the color red, especially in animals, okay? So like red carnations, I don't know what they're called. You know, the birds. Okay, we have uncertainty. Yep, that's exactly what we've been feeling, especially around relationships. You've been wanting a relationship, you've been craving a relationship, and you're like, why is it not happening yet? And it's like, girl, because it's not the time yet. It's not time yet. But you're working on freedom as well for yourself. Like you're working on feeling more free, and you're working on what does freedom feel like why, how to stop feeling so trapped in your body. And obviously in society it is hard to feel free because effectively we're not. That's a story for another day. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this group number 3 is you are being pushed out of like a bottleneck. Like you're feeling like you're being pushed out, and it is uncomfortable. But for you guys, you are definitely coming into freedom when it comes to relationships. And I can feel this massive, beautiful, like group of people just falling. Like I'm seeing like 3 people specifically, 2 girls, 1 guy, and one of them is your partner, and this person specifically is so lovely. They are so nice, and one thing that you are letting go of is this expectation to be just so perfect all the time, and you're letting go of that. Okay, we have surrender and we have fear, survival, and then we have fulfillment. Stop fearing the past. Stop fearing that you're going to get in the exact same situation that you've always been in. Stop fearing that it's not going to happen. The fear means nothing. The fear doesn't mean anything. Yeah, okay. And then anything else? What else would you like me to say, Lord, please? Don't attract a person out of survival, okay, as much as you can. Obviously, I know we need money and things like that. Okay, so a lot of your relationships that you've had in the past have been from survival. I have to be like what my mum wants me to be. I have to be like my dad wants me to be. I have to fit in. I have to, I have to people please. I can't fully spread myself out. I can't disagree. That is with the relationships out of survival. And you're not doing that anymore. Can you see this? Sometimes my hands go in certain ways to like put the cards in. We've got survival up here and we've got fulfillment down here. It kind of reminds me of, okay, not to get too biblical, but it reminds me of like heaven and hell. I know that sounds really bad, but I'm just going to say it, like that's what it reminds me of. Heavy energy of like living in this fear-based need to constantly grab and grasp at people. And this is old. This is not who you are anymore, okay? This is not who you are. This is what's happening for you. This fulfillment is exactly what you're going towards, okay? So that was a really long reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if this was not good, but that was your reading today. Bless, and I really hope you guys have a lovely day, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope this message helped you. Much love.